Hey there, welcome. I'm Belle, and I know that here on my channel I usually talk about the things you should do and the kind of teacher you want to be, the resources, songs and activities, techniques to apply in order to become a better teacher. But today I'm gonna do the opposite, and we're gonna talk about the things you don't want to do and the kind of teacher you definitely do not want to be. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put a new video every single Friday. Also, click the bell and turn on your post notifications so that YouTube tells you whenever I post a video. Don't forget to leave in the comments below the kind of videos you guys want me to make, because I love receiving suggestions, so please do that. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links will be in the description down below. I post there pretty much every single day, so do that, because here on my channel it's only once a week, but on my other social media platforms I post every single day, and it's always about education, and it's a lot of resources and things you would like to have as a teacher. So yeah, without further ado, let's go right into the video. The first kind of teacher that I want to talk about is the buddy buddy. The buddy buddy is the teacher who you don't really see them as a teacher. You actually see them as like a buddy. That's why I like to call this kind of teacher buddy buddy, because you see them as like a friend and not as a teacher. But I feel like this is inappropriate in so many ways, because as a teacher, the students are so many years younger than you, and I feel like this is kind of creepy, and it's weird because I feel like everybody has had this kind of teacher. Everybody has had a teacher who wants to be your friend, who wants to be like the student's friend and not the student's teacher. I mean, I'm sure it's always great and commendable to have a great relationship with your students. However, you need to set boundaries. You really need to set those boundaries, because otherwise it's just creepy, it's inappropriate. So don't do that. This is the first teacher that you don't want to be. The second teacher you definitely don't want to be, and again, I feel like everybody has had this kind of teacher, including myself. When I was in school, I would have this teacher like every single semester, I think, and this is the know-it-all, the smarty pants. Oh my god, the know-it-all is so annoying. This kind of teacher is the teacher who doesn't allow the students to actually contribute to anything, and sometimes teachers make mistakes, and I'm fine with that, because teachers are humans. I feel like this is one of the things that, as a society, we should all, come together and realize this, because teachers are not robots. Teachers are not perfect. Teachers also don't know everything, because nobody knows everything. Doctors don't know everything. Lawyers don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. I can't stand when teachers think that they know it all, and when a student points out a mistake that the teacher might have made, or questions something, the teacher gets angry, or the teacher lashes out on the student. I feel like this is so bad, because in a classroom it should be a safe environment for the students to actually ask questions, to actually question things, and to correct you if you make a mistake. Teachers correct the students. Why can't the students correct the teacher's mistakes if they see them, if they're there? I really don't understand why those kind of teachers are still there. But yeah, this is teacher number 2. The next kind of teacher is the teacher who skips steps. So I like to call this teacher the Flash. This teacher is just hurrying and speeding things up. And to be completely honest, in the beginning of my career, I used to be this teacher a little bit, because I was so anxious in the beginning, and I was dealing with just a lot of anxiety going on, and I was so scared that I was not gonna have time to finish everything, and I was so scared all the time, especially in my first semester as a teacher, and I was so young too, so I was so scared and so anxious, and sometimes I would skip things, not on purpose, but I would, because I just wouldn't remember them, because I was so anxious and nervous all the time that I would just skip them because of that. But also I knew that it was wrong, and as a teacher you should not do that on purpose. You should not skip things. I see a lot of teachers, especially I know that you guys can't stand me talking about drills anymore, but I see a lot of teachers skipping this step, and I don't like. I really feel like when you skip a step, like drills or some kind of practice to get to the personalization moment, to the production moment faster, you are robbing the students a chance of practice. And this chance of practice, this kind of practice, is what makes the students confident, is exactly what connects the dots in the student's mind, so that when they get to the production moment, to the personalization moment, or even to the freer practice moment, they will be confident and they will have all that knowledge, making sense in their brain. Because if you don't go through all the steps, the target language doesn't make sense in their mind. So you really need to do that, and just don't skip steps. You can make them shorter. That's what I advise you now, that I have more experience and that I know how wrong that is. I highly advise you to make those steps shorter if you're having problems with time management. So that's my advice, but don't skip steps. Don't do that. So the next kind of teacher is the opposite of, the teacher who skips the steps. So this kind of teacher is the teacher who over explains things. And believe me when I say this, the students are smarter than you think they are. Honestly, you do not need to over explain things. You need to practice those things, but you don't need to over explain them. You need to explain them, okay, once or twice if they still have questions, but don't over explain the target language. Oh my god, and I feel like I'm saying this a million times now, but it's because I feel like you guys don't listen to me. I see a lot of teachers doing this. I see teachers who have so many years of experience doing this, and you need to focus on practicing, drills, practice, sinking in moments, freer practice, and you need to focus on those moments and not so much on the explanation. Of course, you need to explain. As I said, a couple of times is okay, but not a zillion times, okay? Don't do that. This is so exhausting for them. And this is, for the most part, what makes a class boring. Last, but definitely not least, the teacher that you definitely do not want to be is definitely the tattletale, or the smart mouth, as I like to call. Because this kind of teacher is the teacher who has no bond with the students, and everything that happens in the classroom, especially the negative things. I'm all for having a great relationship with the parents. I'm all for telling the parents every little thing that happens in the classroom. But if you tell a student, okay, I'm giving you another chance, and then go to their parents and tell their parents what the student has done, especially if it's something negative, it's gonna break that bond. It's gonna break it, and I'm sure that the student will never look at you the same way. Never. As a teacher, I highly advise you to follow, the things that you have dealt with the students. So if this, deal exists, Why are you going to involve the parents if you have already come to a compromise with the students? Why are you involving the parents? It makes no sense. Do you want the student to be grounded or something? Because I don't, as a teacher. I really don't. I really don't want to see my students grounded or having problems at home. I really don't. So every time that I have a deal with the students, I follow that, because I know that, they trust me. And how would you feel if you were a teenager or a child? How would you feel? Because I wouldn't feel nice. So yeah, these are the kinds of teachers that you definitely don't want to be. So leave in the comments below what other videos you guys want me to do next. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Everything will be in the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I see you next Friday for a brand new video. Bye.